This video was digitized from a reel of silent 8mm film. Just a great, an exceptional look at HMS Tiger C-20, and she was a conventional cruiser of the British Royal Navy, and she was about 555 feet overall and had a beam of 64 feet. And you can see here she's in dry dock, and I don't know the name of the dry dock. If you do, please leave a comment. I'm not too familiar with British Navy dry docks, or actually even their ships, but I do have a 25-year naval background, and so I'm just going to go ahead and talk through this video. Usually, if it's this long, I'll do an introduction and do some background music, but here I'm just going to go ahead and try to talk through it. And of course, here's this gentleman with the anchor, and I don't know his rating or what he is in the British Navy. And I love these British dry docks. They're the old traditional type. Most of the U.S. dry docks are floating, but this one is definitely a permanent fixed dry dock. And I've only been in several, and they were up in New England, up in Boston. But great look at the bow here and her anchors. And Tiger had an interesting career here. She was actually laid down in 1941, and then construction stopped in 1945, and basically 1946 after the war. And I think this is the sonar dome right here. In 1946, construction was halted, and she was laid up. And then construction wasn't started again until the late 50s, and she wasn't commissioned until 1959. And then from 1959, she was commissioned and made her first cruise, which was a med cruise. And here you can see him walking back aft towards the propellers. And then when she came back from that med cruise in early 1960, I think this is when this was filmed, because she went into dry dock to fix things that she was having problems with from that first cruise. And so this is 1960, I believe. And then she made a Far East cruise in 61, which I have footage of, and you can I have a video of, and check out Tiger if you're interested in more Tiger footage. Check her out in those. And these propeller shafts, she actually had 4 propeller shafts, and they were run by steam turbines that were fed by 400 psi boilers. And here's a great look at her from back aft, looking forward at her 4 fixed propellers, which could reach a speed of 31.5 knots. And you could see on her back of the rudder there, it looked like it was written Tiger. Yeah, I love to get footage of other navies, and especially British and Canadian, since I'm here in America. And yeah, if you're interested, check them out under my playlist, Other Countries Military. And yeah, here he is with the propellers. And I try to upload military and patriotic videos to my site here every other day, and a wide variety of things. Since I have an Army and Navy background, I try to focus on those, but I drift and get other things like other countries' navies and parades and so forth. Yeah, just great look at her here in the dry dock, all blocked up there on her keel. And then of course she had the bracing there on the side of her in case you get a heavy wind, so she doesn't tip over. And here he is back on the rudder. Yeah, if you know more about Tiger, please leave a comment. I couldn't find too much online. And if you're interested in a good read, check out my books at www.edsemler.com.